Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Africans and especially youth. Musibe mutia, masibamta, aniaje. As usual, it is Dominic, young Pan-Africanist. We are so delighted to be here. We have hosted our brother, Council Lukyamuzi. Council Lukyamuzi, you are most welcome to MJD Build Africa, where the voice of Africans rise, where the dreams turn into reality. Lukyamuzi, you are most welcome.
Thank you so much, my brother, Mr. John Dominic. I feel delighted and feel happy to appear on this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Lukyamuzi, our followers of MJD Build Africa podcast would love to know the guest of today. Yes, I know you are common everywhere. Most of the people, they know you, but there is some people who don't know you in the village, in Karamoja. So people from Karamoja, from people Kamuli, and from Wachtu also would love to know you.
Thank you so much. Our dear viewers, I'm Lukyamuzi Ali once again. I'm a Ugandan by birth. Hails from the western region in a mighty district, Shema, where I hail from. I've grown up around here in Uganda, in Kampala, in Shema, in Barara, and Masaka. Generally, I've grown up in Uganda. I'm a nationalist, sir. Basically, on education, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer by profession, and I do my legal practice also around Kampala.
Around Kampala. This is why we say that you are a Ugandan by nationality. I remember in one of the comments of Gashumba where he said that Mr. President, the President of NUP, Bob Wine, is a Burundian. And then he asked him that, what about you? He said, for me, it's a long story. I think I'm Israelites.
Yes.
That's what he said, that's Israelites. But Ugandan by nationality. You might be Ugandan by nationality, but you might be, I've been born in Uganda, but when you're to Uganda, by origin.
Yes, that is all detailed in the citizenship, where the Constitution of Uganda provides for different categories of people. Ugandans by birth, Ugandans by registration, Ugandans by finding. So anyone can be a Ugandan in any way according to how they came to Uganda. So I think the Constitution gives them the right to belong in any way.
So did you come to Uganda or you found yourself and your grandpa found himself in Uganda?
Yeah, particularly according to what I know, my grandparents, most of them hail from Uganda, particularly from Masaka, most of them. So the movements, when you read on how they moved, some went to Tanzania, then they later came back, and then to Ntungamo, later shifted to Shema, at that time Ankole Kingdom, and then until when they shifted, and I think they are still shifting. So basically Africans...
There's migration.
Yeah, Africans migrate. When you study those histories of Jipiri and Labongo and the so on, and the Bantu, I think you can...
So they have to shift.
Yeah, you understand that none of us is a citizen by... maybe by naturalization.
So all of us will face the causes of migration.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's different causes of migration. It might be by environmental disasters.
Yes.
Persecution.
Yes.
And especially when you talk about Western Uganda, for us, what comes in our mind is cattle keepers.
Yes.
Which is normal for cattle keepers to migrate.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Lukyamuzi, today we want to talk about the current affairs, the election in 2026. But majority of us, we know you as a die-hard of NRM. Now, but majority, when we see a young person like you, pardon to call me a young person, but of course you're not old, but a youth who is a die-hard of NRM. Because majority of the youth, we support change. They said want change. They want new blood. Yes. But for you, you resist. You say that Either yes, either it rains, either it is sunshine, either they are bombing, either there is peace. The NRM die hard. So, Lukyamuzi, what motivated you as a young youth to support NRM, the political party that came to power from NRA, from Afro-Nassar NRA to up to now? What motivated you to support NRM instead of joining your fellow youth who are supporting NUP and FDC, DP, and other political parties?
Thank you so much. One of the major key reasons on why I do support the political party that is in power currently, which is the National Resistance Movement, is basically the history of Uganda. When you look at our history since colonization and you study about the history of Uganda, we have always been in wars. We have always been in chaos. We have always not been organized as such.
Yes.
Even when you read our 1995 Constitution of Uganda, in the preamble, it states it clearly that we, the Ugandans, recognizing our own history that is full of disabilities.
Yes.
So meaning that these people have looked at it. And then even when you see from when the whites came here, 1900, 1902 order in council, 1921 orders in council, all these things we are trying to, and then the Kabaka crisis, I think we remember even the one of 1956, yes. And then the Kabaka crisis of 1969, most of them which they know of Obote and the Kabaka, but there were one of when the Kabaka was deported to London of 1956. So Uganda has been going through a lot of things. This government overthrowing the other, not finding stability for basically to have a government that can take us for 15 years transparently or when we are seeing change. Yes. So when the NRM came in power, 1986, yes. They tried to do a lot of the reforms, like restoring peace. You see, even the ideologies and restoring a constitutional government. When you look at Amin's regime, when he came in power, by 1971, 1974, Uganda was already at war with everyone. Yes. He could sleep and wake up and think and pass a decree. Yes, by the time they get Dominic that he has been leading youth to protest for their rights that are constitutional rights, then in the morning he passes the decree and the law touches you, they imprison you or they put you where you're not supposed to be. So when the NRM government came, they came with a lot of ideologies, a lot of changes that where you see most of them in writings, they are favoring the common man, the economic laws, the labor laws, the laws that are governing the state, separating the powers. Because remember, to some extent, the government was never separated from parliament. There is a time when Amin dissolved parliament, and legislature was in his hands. They come, they sit a tribunal, and they make a ruling immediately. Yes. So the NRM come and then restores this, puts up all the separation of powers as they are provided under the Constitution, under Article 77, Article 98, and then Article 126 for legislature, meaning that these people, at least they have brought up what we call a decentralized government. And then, two, basically, apart from the ideas and the peace, NRM has tried to liberate our economy. Currently, I had my father when he was telling me about the stories that in that time of Obote, when you could buy a car, the militias, they were those people who used to keep peace, law and order in the village. They could come at your place and ask, where did you get money to buy the car?
That was transparency and accountability.
Where did you get money to buy the car?
And accountability.
So, you see the transparency you're talking about. They either take the car or they kill you. Or they take you with the car.
So it was in your hands.
Yeah.
Either
so
you choose the car,
you choose to
or your
car
life,
to be taken, or your life,
or to kill you, and then after taking the car.
After they take
so
the
that's
car.
The achievement of NRM.
So NRM really has brought something like a transparent.
Yes.
And building that bond between the civilians and the army. When we are young, when they could tell you that is a soldier, you immediately run away. Because you know soldiers will kill you. soldiers will take you.
So by then, the role of soldiers were not to keep peace and security. It was to shoot and shed blood.
Yeah, use a lot of energy to show that they have powers. I heard that to some extent someone asked them, how can I give you a gun and then you become poor? Meaning you must use your gun to get money from the people and their property. So really, when the NRM came, some of us, we believe in them. So there are a few things that we disagree with what is happening, but then we, on a larger extent, we appreciate and say that at least we have achieved. Let us sort these ones that are remaining, and then we make the mighty party to stay in power for some good years. Like how you sing the Chama cha Mapinduzi, Tanzania, what they are doing. Those political parties that are strong, the Democrats and the Republicans in US, and the Conservatives and the Labour Party in UK. So if we build a mighty party and we sort these few things which we can organize strategically and put them in order, I think we can make it.
Mr. Lukyamuzi, if it's not a theory, but I think you are really a disciple of NRM,
yes,
of Muze. Now, my question, why did you not contest for the MP in this election?
Thank you so much.
Why didn't you show, why didn't you show your interest?
At first, I had an interest. I wanted to contest. But later on, along the survey that I did, I moved entirely to the western region, the entire region of the West,
yes,
doing consultative meetings. When you meet the youth, you tell them that I have a bold agenda of liberating the youth.
Yes.
We can change and make the labor laws that can favor you. We can do this, we can do that. And as immediate as you leave the meeting, the youth start scratching the throats.
After just so far there.
Yeah, they could tell me, please, we are thirsty. We need something. A thirsty person, very hungry and angry, because they think to some extent, according to the party where you have come from, you have come with a lot of money to splash along the people. So one of the things that discouraged me from contesting is that the politics here, basically in the ruling party, are highly commercialized. It is a value for money, and of which the money that you're putting in, you want to exploit the people. Because as immediate as you vote the people for money, when I go, I must make sure that I return my money back. I will sign every agreement, I will sign every peace deal to make sure that the money comes, and then I,
So Mr. Lukyamuzi, what happened to you? It's like the same thing to Ruzi.
Yes.
So listen, they asked Ruzi, why don't you campaign in the public?
Yes.
He said, Ruseke.
Ruseke.
The same thing to you.
You see, that is what the same thing happened. I told to them that Parliament...
So because of the fear of Ruseke, that's why you failed to contest?
Yes.
Because of Ruseke?
Yeah, because in Parliament, we are going to represent arguments. We are going to represent you. We are going to bring laws that favor you. The insurance laws, the taxation laws.
But some people have been there, and they had the same campaigns, the same manifesto.
No.
Why don't you leave theories and you bring us into realities?
Because what is the role of Parliament? The role of Parliament is to legislate. These people are going to legislate for you and help to make laws that are favoring you. How can a person make the laws that are favoring you when it is a political investment? He put in his money, he didn't promise you anything.
Now, Mr. Lukyamuzi,
yes,
you come from Sheba,
yes,
where you have Nyachikongoro, you have Dr. Eliod,
yes,
you have this man who was contesting it is Pison, your good friend.
And
Pison. Nkuruho and the other MPs. How many times have you ever seen your MP in the parliament saying something, defending your Shema?
Now, Shema district has got a lot of turbulences from the start. Remember when they cut it off from that great Abshenyi. But I want to give you an example. When the people of Shema voted Honorable Rosemary Nyachikongoro,
yes,
she promised them to fight for the rights of the women. And she has persistently did this. She has always talked about the women's rights. I remember when she was in a saga with Chinyamatama and the Honorable Francis Zake for defaming a woman, she tried to protect. Because when you go to Parliament, you don't particularly negotiate for your area where you're born from, but you particularly legislate for a national importance. So Nabanya Chikongoro did that. She brought SODEFs, she brought that initiative for empowering women in the community. When Shema South people voted Honorable Kamuntu, for him he promised them a connection to the president.
Which Kamuntu?
Professor. And for him,
Professor Kamuntu
yes,
of Makerere,
yeah,
from Shema.
Yes. So all the things he has initiated, the connections, the card identification, that is his area where he does. And when the people of Shema municipality voted Honorable Dixon Skateshumba, for him he promised to legislate more on taxation laws. And I think he was the other time on tax advisory committee. He has tried to do his best on advising for the tax policy, and then he promised them to change the area of Shema municipality, which had lagged behind before. Remember, this was before entire Shema North, which had Dr. Erioda Tumwesiji, who was representing that area for nearly 20 years. He was the Minister of Science and Technology. He was the Minister of Health. But when you reach to Shema and someone asks you, where is science and technology in Shema? You cannot identify.
Mr. Chams,
yes.
So you mean in his regime he did nothing?
In his regime?
Yes.
According to what we really expected. Because when someone expects
so he did not
you,
reach your expectations?
Yes.
Or what he promised you in
a Minister of Health, we expect you to promote health in an area.
So you expected maybe like charity and love to start from home?
Maybe, maybe. Because when it comes to robbing, at least you need to rob when you're bringing home.
Yes.
But imagine Shema District getting the first government ambulance in the regime of Honorable Dixon Skateshumba, when we had a Minister of Health.
Just listen.
And you know.
So it is terrible. But Chams, now, as a NRM supporter, a young man was inspired by the achievements of NRM and their chairperson, Mzee Sebarwani, 7 Temihaburwa, the Library of East Africa and Africa at large. Now, Mr. Chams, let us go now in this coming election of 2026, which already people are in the campaigns now.
Yes.
As a youth of Uganda, regardless of the political party that you support, because on my view, I think having a political party that you support, it's like it's opinion, everyone's opinion. And opinions are like nose. I have my nose, you have your nose. You have, so everyone has his own political choice according to how you are convinced, according to the achievement of the political party and the vision and mission. So, Richards, now on the oppressing issue of how people are campaigning since day one, and due to the previous elections, these campaigns and election which is in this coming year 2026, what's your prediction on how will it be? And secondly, do you think that it will be peaceful election, or there will be some chaoses like the same which have been happening in the last election? Because if I'm to remember, last time His Excellency said that Bobo Nyambakaluru.
Yes.
Almost 1 million votes. So that range of votes is a serious case. Hatir Jams, as a youth who is aware about the election, what do you think? What is your prediction about the coming election of 2026?
Thank you so much. The electoral process of Uganda since I think 1996, when the laws were brought here that people should express their minds, and then the Constitution, the Bill of Rights under Chapter 4 gives them freedom of expression, freedom of belonging in any political party, freedom to vote, and freedom to belong in any political organization as they wish. But I think politics in Uganda, they have been full of chaos. If the president tells you the reason why he went to the bush, he will tell you that it was the fact that President Milton Obote had brought up a sham election where they could just put elections as a mere courtesy. You know, people just vote for formality.
Yes.
But when the votes were, to some extent, counted somewhere.
Yes.
I remember sometime when my mom was telling me that they voted, to some extent, they gave the elections to DP. There were two baskets where they could vote. They vote here and there, one for UPC, one for DP. So DP had a lot of ballots. So the people of UPC came and took off the speaker from the sticker from the bucket of UPC, put it to DP, and then pull off the sticker from the bucket of DP and put it to bucket of UPC, and then they took for counting. So elections in Uganda to be chaotic as you see, it is because most of the Ugandans have started biasing. They have started thinking that the process is not transparent. Because if the process was transparent, why do they need to fight? You see? So I think expecting peace in Uganda is when we can have the electoral reforms. I stand to be guided, but then on this particular matter, I say that if the elections are to be transparent, we need to have an independent electoral commission, an independent judicial system. I have reached an extent of writing to the electoral petition, to the electoral commission, and I have always taken my petitions in the commission. Twice, or thrice, and thank God that I have at least won 3 of them. The electoral commission needs to be very transparent if they need Ugandans to have hopes in the elections prepared by it. Because, why is one fighting? They are fearing that there is no transparency in the electoral process.
Even if they vote, they won't win.
They want to win. So to some extent, let's have that transparency. 2, why are the security operatives using a lot of force? You see, it is wrong to think that what people are doing right, what people are doing is wrong, and then you come with the wrong solution. It's like chiringo kuzikiza omuliro n'omuliro.
So it is misleading. The question approach.
Yes.
You think that they are doing wrong,
and you approach with the wrong method. We were talking about the scenario where they tear gassed people in Nakawa.
Yes.
The trailer driver was also tear gassed. He has diabetes. He has a lot of diseases. He just left the trailer, walked away, and then the trailer is killing a lot of people. You know. Because everyone is fearing tear gas, the vehicles are being dumped, everyone is running away. Why are the security operatives using a lot of force on Ugandans who are expressing their rights? If you think that what they are doing is wrong, where are the laws that are regulating the campaigns? Is it the Electoral Commission that is entitled to enforce? Is it the police of Uganda that is entitled to enforce? Is it the army that is entitled to enforce? This is where we get contradiction. Because under the constitution, it provides that the Uganda People's Defense Forces will be basically to guard the territorial state and enemies attack the enemies of the state.
Now, Mr. Chams.
Yes.
Mr. Chams, as we proceed, we are towards winding up. But you have said about it. So now, you said that in your prediction,
yes,
this coming election, there might be peaceful election or there will be chaos as
I rarely predict on a lower extent if we can have a peaceful election.
But what's your wish?
My wish would be that if we can have a peaceful election.
What can we do to have that peaceful election?
To have an independent electoral commission. Can the electoral commission be independent? Can the electoral commissions pass the guidelines of how we can go through this? Remember these people that we are tear gassing. Some of them are innocent civilians. Some of them are voters. They just go to these campaigns for vibes. Some of them are looking for the ways of survival. You might never know they are paying these border guys to put in fuel. They are also looking for survival.
Now, Mr. Chams.
Yes.
What can you tell the youth of Uganda who are known as the causes of chaoses, demonstrations, and other things which are contrary to peaceful elections. What can you tell them, and how should they conduct themselves in coming elections?
Thank you so much. The youth of Uganda, thank you so much. The youth of Uganda, what I can tell you, we can still do better than chaos. There is a time when my friend said, if these people are wise enough, why don't you use the brain to transform yourself from that level where you are to some better level? You see?
John.
So even there is a time
like
when
that man of Adam.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even that
How can I jump a class?
There is even when Ham said amagezi goyina bwe gaba tegasobola kuyamba kuva mu level emu kugenda mu level endala ago gaba masiru gennyini.
Masiru si magezi.
You see? So the youth of Uganda, we can do better than chaos. But two, still the government should come in this to intervene. Democratic governments make people busy. When people are busy, they don't have time for chaos. You cannot just increase tax to increase revenue, that maybe when people are busy in paying bills, they will not have time for politics. But you have not created a time where they are going to get the money to pay these bills. So when they don't get the money, they have no opportunity. So they come to do nothing, because after all, they are not going to meet the bills. They have nothing to do.
That's alternative.
So
cost.
Yeah, that is the opportunity cost. So I would advise the youth of Uganda that we can do better. One, we can try to participate in elections ourselves by contesting. If I feel the government is not doing better, if I feel my member of parliament is not doing better, why don't I pick the papers? Go contest on him. If I feel the president is not doing better, why don't I pick my papers if I have them? If I don't have them, why don't I prepare for 2031? I go look for them and then come and contest. Two, we can also try to involve ourselves in things that add up a stone on us, things that add up value. Why are you going in things that are not beneficial to you? You are risking your life. A lot of people have chances in you. They have hopes in you, which you are turmoiling. You are going to chaos and a lot of things. And then lastly, I want to advise the government. I'm telling this government that tear gas will not solve the problem of the youth. Besigye had the youth, they were tear gassed. He went.
So now, what should government do?
That is what I'm saying. Bobby Wine is here with another bunch of youth. You tear gas them, he goes, or you take him away.
Bring another band.
They will bring another person. Let the government find the solution for the youth.
Before election. So government should involve all the strategies before election so that we can have peaceful election.
Yes.
Without any violence.
Yes. We can have a peaceful election only if the youth are involved in the money economy.
Now, how will youth of Uganda involved in money economy in this election? Now, you want me that government should invest a lot of money in the youth, or government should tell youth how to make money?
The government, because ideology is also good, mindset change is the key, but also financial support. In either way,
government have tried to invest in youth, in PDM and other things. Why should not youth use that chances?
PDM is a rare project of the youth, because the people who are giving money, they are not the youth. How do you expect them to leave their age mates and then favor the youth? One, they are looking at you as a young person.
But a young person who
has no responsibility.
Who is the future of Uganda?
That's what I'm saying. If the government wants to transform this, if the government wants a peaceful election, if the government wants a peaceful transaction over anything, you must empower the youth first. Because they are your nightmares. They will not allow you to do anything right when they are still economically not okay. They have the energy.
Mr. Chams, now in one of the core principles of MJD Build Africa podcast, as you know that it is to empower, is to build and shape the youth of African youth. The same thing that's happening in Uganda have been happening in other countries in time of election, or it have been there. Like recently, in a few years, we saw it happen in Kenya. Gen Z's. The election of, after the election of President Ruto. So, What can you tell our fellow youth of Africa at large and East African community who have been facing such challenges? Because actually recently we saw it in Tanzania. In Chapa cha Mapinduzi, very big number of youth died. So what can you tell our fellow youth now who are following us? How should they conduct themselves in period of election for having peaceful elections?
Thank you so much. We can have a peaceful election in Africa only if African governments involve the youth in the money economy.
How?
Because the European Union also have the youth. Do they also do chaos like how it is happening in Africa? America has the youth. Are they also in chaos like how you're seeing in Africa? One, the African leaders have desisted and have refused to add the youth in the money economy because of fear, because of dictatorship. The youth are right to go because they are prepared enough. One, is the government helping the youth to acquire the basic education that is needed in Africa? After acquiring education, are we preparing the safe landing for these youth? In some of the countries provide school fees for the youth to study. And after studies, they prepare for you a safe landing where you can go and start working that little money that you earn, regardless of the bills, regardless of the cost of living, but so long as you are earning. The African governments are leaving the youth to do everything for themselves. You study at your own risk. You graduate at your own risk. You look for a job at your own risk. You see?
So also it is a risk.
It is a risk. So someone reaches an extent.
Yes,
they take an extent and say that to die, it is a risk. I don't mind.
The same to stay also is a risk.
After all, staying is a risk. You know? So they go to that extent. So African governments should bear the risk of making sure that African youth are studying and are prepared. After that, too, the African governments, they should also make sure that the youth get the jobs by setting up the industry schemes, by setting up all what is necessary for the youth to get empowered.
Now, Mr. Lukyamuzi,
yes.
As we wind up, now you want me that the total difference between the youth of Africa and the other continent is because governments of Africa does not want to involve youth in leadership and economy.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You find someone who is very old, he's a member of parliament, he's a minister, he's a commissioner, he's an ambassador, he's a retired, he's getting all of these benefits.
What's the problem when a leader is 85, 90, but when he's a good leader?
And he's a good leader. But then, there are also other people who can also have all these benefits, who are capable of having all other these benefits. You engage them. Because the reason, that is why the president, we were saying the other time that the president is making what we call the broad government. You have brought LCCs, you have brought LDCs, you have brought ministers. It is good because these jobs goes to Ugandans. But you have got one person and appointed them on 5 positions. So the positions are many, but they are benefiting a few. So in my own thinking, in my own observation, if the African governments can sit, find a solution for the youth, bring them in education and the money economy to make them prepared. Guess what? In Uganda, I want to give you a basic statistics. Out of 35, approximately, million youth, only less than 5% are prepared for the jobs economy, education-wise. Only 5% out of 100, they are the only educated youth. The rest 30%, the rest 95%, they are not educated. They are not ready for the jobs. Why? The cost of education is high.
But they can find their own jobs.
The cost of education is high. The rest of creating your own job is high because the tax on importation is high. The tax on here, the value added tax and the what is high. You cannot maintain it. If the government of Africa wants, if Africans generally, apart from 3 or 4 countries which are doing well in economy like Morocco, Egypt, and on a little extent South Africa and Cilicia, the Seychelles, the rest we are grappling with bringing the youth into the money economy.
Oh, Mr. Lukyamuzi.
Yes.
Do you answer that the cause of this demonstration of these groups of youth, call them Gen Zs?
Yes.
Really, they are demonstrating because of selfishness of government, which stops them to be intervened in government activities and engagements.
Yeah, basically, the Gen Zs, that's what I told you, that the Gen Zs are tired. They are desperate.
The bad governance of what?
They are not included in the money economy.
What if they are not capable, they are not prepared?
How?
Most of the youth, to be honest, majority of the youth now, they are not focused on that. They are not actually focused and very active in government engagements. Where you find people are busy in TikToks, in medias, people are very busy in humanization, whatever, What youth are very much engaged in the useless thing more than productive things.
What do you want them to do?
Why
They are
can't
not
start-
engaged in
but
productive
they can't
things.
initiate something to do, Charles.
What?
What? No, should I ask you? You studied on the list, as you say.
Yes.
You graduated on the list. You are a lawyer. You are working now on the list. Why can't they also initiate those life of list? But at least they do something in their list. And government hears that someone have tried to do something.
Yes.
He has failed, but he started something.
That's what I told you from the start. That when you are a youth, you have a lot of brains, but you cannot generate something which can employ you, which can empower you and something, then that magazine is useless. It's not helping you. The youth you see on TikTok, they are trying to create something. Just that basically,
But some of them
the world has changed. In back days when our forefathers wanted to get money, they could dig, they could rear, they could graze cattle, they could make money in that way. But in this generation, you can sit on camera and make money. You can sit on your phone, write articles,
Yes.
make money.
digital works.
Yes. So they are not doing nothing like how people think. But what they are doing is what is given to them.
Now, Mr. Richards, as a wind up, what we had a very productive discussion.
Yes.
But as wind up, what 1 to 2 words can you tell the followers of MJD, Good Africa Podcast?
Thank you so much, the followers and the viewers of MJD. The first thing I can tell you is to like and subscribe, because this channel is at least being educative. What we are seeing on TikTok, people are going there to speak a lot of things which are not of importance.
Yes.
So if someone is guiding you, you follow, take your time, learn and listen and adopt. If you acquire a new skill from this podcast, just adopt. Go and do better to change your life. Lastly, focus on changing yourself. Before you complain about the government, before you complain about the country, before you complain about the new government or the new Uganda, you yourself, what are you doing to change in yourself? That the new Uganda, by the time it comes,
We see you as a product.
you see, it sees you as a product.
As a goods.
Yes, because there are people who fought for the change of government, but they remained the way they are. Just like how we used to say in the revolution, in the French Revolution, that even when the revolution was successful, the common man never changed his status.
attitude.
Yeah, so you work hard to make sure that you change your life, at least to
So
add
our
up
followers
something.
should change their mind.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
Mr. Cham said that in the followers of and beloved of MJD, before fighting, before thinking it to be something, you should do what we call self-examination, awareness, know yourself, make yourself a product that should go into competition on market and be loved by the consumers.
Yes.
So make yourself a good product so that maybe when chances come, find you are ready.
Yeah.
So this is MJD, where we change the dreams into reality of youth of Africa. Africa for Africans. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you, sir.
Asante sana.